Hey Valley Middle School, welcome to another math video. Tonight we're going to be looking at how to multiply numbers. Before we do that, let's start off with our trivia question for the day. Who are these two sports stars? We'll be back with the answer to that after instruction. Tonight officially our target is I can multiply numbers. Let's do this thing. I always like to start off with a real world problem here. So Juan made $13 a day for 12 days taking care of his neighbor's dog while the neighbor was on vacation. How much money did he make? Well, in order to find the answer to this question, we have to multiply 13 times 12. So the way you do that is you come down here and you line up the numbers 13 and 12. And you start down in this position right here in the 1 spot. And you're going to multiply the 3 times the 2. And that's going to give you 6. And then you multiply the 2 times the 1. And that's going to give you 2. Now, I know you just want to jump right over here and do the 1 times 3. But we're in the 10 spot here. So we have to put a 0 down. So now I can do 1 times 3, that's 3, and 1 times 1, which is 1. Now, we can add these up. 6 plus 0 is 6, 2 plus 3 is 5, and 1 plus 0 is 0. So you have a total of $156. Now, I'm going to go through these much more slowly and careful in the next few slides, but that just kind of gives you an idea. You're going to take the 2 times the 13, and then you're going to come over here and you're going to take this 10 times the 13. You can see the 2 times 13 right here. It's 26 on the first line. And the 10 times this 13, 130. And then we combine those. Let's take a look at it. Let's start off a little bit more slowly here. Let's say we have to take 22 times 3. Again, we start down here in the bottom right corner. We line the numbers up. We take 3 times 2. That's 6. And then we just take 3 times 2. And 6. We put them right next to each other. So it's a total of 66. That makes total sense. 3 times 20 would be 60, so 3 times 22 is 66. Every slide gets a little bit more challenging here. So now 3 times 27. Well, this one's going to be just a little bit different. Watch what happens here. 3 times 7, it's 21. What am I going to do with that? Well, here's what you do. You take the 3 times 7, and you put the 1 down, and you put the 2 up. So there's your 21. Now you take 3 times 2, and that's 6. And you add those 2, that makes 7, 8. You have a total of 81. Okay, 3 times 7, here's your 21. Here's the 1. Here's the 2. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 2 more make 81. And this process continues. Here I've laid it out a little more closely and a little larger here. So now we're going to take 4 times 241. So let's take a look at it. 4 times 1 is 4. Then we take 4 times 4. Now that's a 2-digit number, so we have to put the 6 down because it's 16. And we put the teen up. So here's the 16. So one more time. 4 times 4 is 16. And then 4 times 2 is 8, plus that 1 makes 9. Take a look at it one more time. 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 4 is 6. Here's the teen. Here's the 10 for the 16. Then 4 times 2 is 8, and that one makes 9. All right, time for your first pause problem. I'd like you to try a problem just like this. Go ahead and give this a shot. And I left the arrows in there to help you. Yeah, I know it's kind of weird, but it's who I am. All right, let's see how you did. Well, 5 times 1 is 5. 5 times 3 is 15. And then 5 times 1 is 5, plus that 1 is 6. 655. Very good. All right, let's try another one. Get a little harder here. Now we're going to take 2 digits times 2 digits. And you'll see the little arrows that I kind of put in here to help you figure out what we're going to do. We start with a 1, and we're going to do 1 times 3, and then 1 times 4. Then we're going to put a 0 down. I'm just going to put that 0 in there right now. And then I'm going to do 3 times 3 and 3 times 4. Ready to go? All right, let's try it. 1 times 3 is 3. 1 times 4 is 4. We're down at that line. There's no more numbers, so we just come down here. We put the 0 down. I've already got that. So now we come over here. We're going to do 3 times 3 is 9. And 3 times 4, it's 12. And I'm just going to put the 12 down like that because I don't have anything else to multiply it by. So let's go ahead and add these dudes up. 3 plus 0 is 3. 4 plus 9 is 13. Here's the 3, and then I'm going to bring this little guy over here to help me remember that I'm carrying 1 or I'm trading 1. So 1 plus 2 is 3 as well. And then we have 1 plus 0 is 1. Let me do that one more time. 3 plus 0 is 3. 4 plus 9 is 13. Here's the 3 for the 13. Here's the teen, as I like to call it. 1 plus 2 is 3, and 1 plus 0, 1,333. All right. Same type of process if we have more than 2 numbers. So here we're going to do 2 numbers by 3 numbers. Let's try this. So here's the plan. We'll start at the 1. We'll do 1 times 3, 1 times 1, and then 1 times 2. We're going to put a 0 down. Wow! Sorry about that, folks. We're going to put a 0 down, see if we can get the 0, and then we'll do the 3. Okay? All right. 1 times 3 is 3. 1 times 1 is 1. And 1 times 2 is 2. Okay, here's that 0 down, so now I'm going to come from this 3's position. 3 times 3 is 3. Whoa, it's 9. Sorry, 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 1 is 3. And 3 times 2 is 6. Let me run through it one more time, make sure my numbers are correct here. 1 times 3 is 3. 1 times 1 is 1. And 1 times 2 is 2. In other words, 1 times 213 is 213. Now we're doing 3 or 30 times 213. And we should have 639 or 6,390 because we had that 0. So 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 1 is 3. And 3 times 2 is 6. All right, add them up. 3 plus 0 is 3. 1 plus 9, that's a 10. So there's the 0, and I got to bring my trade up. I have 1 plus 2 is 3, plus another 3 is 6. And we have 6 plus 0 here. 6,603 or 6,603. All right. Getting a little bit crazy, a little bit bigger here. Let's see how it goes. This is a pretty big one. All right, same plan. We're going to start down here. We're going to multiply boom, boom, and boom. Then we'll jump over here in the 8. We'll do 8 times 2, 8 times 5, and 8 times 2 again. All right. 1 times 2 is 1. Or sorry, 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 5 is 5. And 1 times 2 is 2. Now we're going to 0 down here because we're coming from this 10 spot. So instead of saying 80 times 2, I can say 8 times 2 is 16. Here's the 6, and I got to trade this dude up here. Carry that. 8 times 5 is 40. Plus the 1 is 41. So here's the 1. And here's the 40. 2 numbers trade. 8 times 2 is 16. Plus the 4 is 20. Wow. We'll just add it all up. 2 plus 0. 5 plus 6 is that's 11. Here's the 10. Here's my carry. 2 plus 1 is 3. Plus 1 is 4. 0. And 2. Got nothing to add those. 20,412. Well, that's a lot of numbers there, but it still worked out. Let's just take a look at this one more time. I'm going to move my trades off to the side just to make sure you know where the numbers came from. 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 5 is 5. And 1 times 2 is 2. We put the 0 down because we're multiplying from the 10 spot here. 8 times 2 is 16. Here's the 10, or the 6, and here's the 10. 8 times 5 is 40. Plus that one is 41, so here's the 1. Put that 40 up there. 8 times 2 is 16. Plus 4 more make 20 right here. And we add them up. 20,412. All right, time for your last pause problem here. I want you to go ahead and try doing 342 times 23. And I've left the arrows in there to kind of help you remember what to do. Go ahead and take a moment. Pause the video. Okay, let's see. Well, 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 4 is 12, so here's the 2. I'm going to bring this guy up. And then 3 times 3 is 9, plus 1 is 10. Let's go ahead and put a 0 down here because now I'm multiplying from the 10 spot over here. I'm just going to move this out of the way. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 4 is 8. And 2 times 3 is 6. Add those all up. 6. 2 plus 4 is 6 again. 0 plus 8 is 8. And 1 plus 6 is 7. 7,866. All right, here is your 2 pause problems today. 43 times 22 and 321 times 32. Go ahead and jot those down and show me your work steps. All right, let's get to our just for fun question of the day. Who are these 2 American sports stars? Well, this question is coming from Bailey, one of my students who thought this would be a great trivia question. A couple of her favorite soccer greats from the U.S. women's team, Megan Rapinoe and Alex Morgan. I enjoy watching them as well, and my son Connor loves watching them. All right, that's a good one for all you soccer fans. Peace. Have a good evening. Thanks for listening.